Well, Gary, it's another pre-season run out, another 90 minutes in the tank for all of the lads that started today. A 3-0 draw against Redcar Athletic. Just your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, no injuries, which is great for me on first and foremost. Just on the game itself, I think looking at the first half, obviously we came in at 3-1 down. The lads were obviously disappointed to come in 3-1 down, but I actually felt it was a good game first half, quite even. We scored a good goal, but on the back of it also conceded three goals, which all of them probably it's easy to say they could be avoided, but there were probably a few mistakes within them. So we'll look at that. And going into half time, I sort of just asked for a reaction and not to be too disappointed. It is obviously only pre-season, but I just wanted them to go out and continue what they were doing, being brave on the ball and go and win the second half. And I just felt everything went up a notch in the second half. The tempo, the movement in terms of options for the passer, our directness, our running, and our work rate. Everything just seemed to go up a notch, and right from kickoff really. So no, really pleased with it. Good character. That's another thing I was really pleased with. To come in at 3-1 down and to come out with what would, if it was a league game, you'd be coming out with something. So no, really pleased, and there's plenty of positives to take from today for sure.
Yeah, and you referenced that it's only a friendly end of the day, but going at half time 3-1 down, it probably is a bit disheartening because it wasn't really a true reflection of the performance out there.
No, and they were disappointed, but I've said to them it's pre-season. I'm not really too fussed about the result. Of course, I want to win, and it's always nice to win. But I look at other aspects of the game during pre-season, and I just felt the game during the first half there was good points, but there was also some stuff that we needed to address, and we did that second half, and it came out. It was a tough game. They're a good team, Redcar. They've got a really healthy squad there, and they're a few weeks ahead of us in terms of their pre-season. They start next week their FA Cup journey, and that their first competitive game, and I just felt that we needed to be ready today, and they went out and they gave Redcar a good game. The squad was thin. There's a few players playing in unorthodox positions and a few trialists involved. I had a young goalkeeper in today making his not competitive debut, but making his full debut for the football club, and he was great as well. So no, like I said, plenty of positives, but there was also stuff that we can obviously look at.
Yeah, and just look at the 11 as well. How I'm sure you take a lot out with the fact that the players again can put that commitment and performance level, and even with a few players like Liddle towards probably not in their preferred positions as well.
Yeah, I said to them before the game it was going to be a challenge in all areas really. The fact that they've brought a full squad of players, and the fact that they're ahead of us in terms of their preparation, and the fact that we come out today with 13 players, 2 young lads on the bench and a young goalkeeper as well. So it's going to be challenging, and you always feel the worst, don't you, at 2-0 down, and then 3-1 down. But the lads deserve massive credit for turning it round, and as I said, we've come in there. As far as I know, speaking to them there, at the front of the dressing room, there's no injuries today, which is massive.
Yeah, and in terms of that squad now, again, reference there, no more injuries, which is obviously going to be good. And moving forward, you're hopefully going to have a few more players, and next couple of matches, 2 more left now of pre-season, a chance to really sort of perhaps select what's ultimately going to be starting 11 at the opening day of the season.
Yeah, there's still, I think there's a couple more going away on the back of today. I think without Connor Smith now until Workington. But it is what it is. I think there's a few back come Tuesday at Blythe. A few having played a couple of 90 minutes there. Woodsy and Nathan McGinley. People like that I'll have a conversation with and see where they're at come Tuesday. But no, I think I'll come Stockton, I'll have a good healthy squad. Off the top of my head, I think I'm missing Connor and Gelly, potentially Sam Collins. For that, but come Workington, and they'll all be back in the building, and hopefully we're all around to go.
Yeah, and someone you've already referenced earlier on the interview, but we'll have another chance again on Tuesday night. Joe Neal in goal there, and considering it's sort of his senior debut in football, he said to look out of place there.
No, he's a big lad, and he's big in stature. He's not afraid. He's confident, and he was good both with his hands and with his feet today, which is good to see. So. No, good performance from Joe. He can be proud of himself, and like you said, Blandy's away on Tuesday as well, and Joe will get another chance to play another 90, and if he can put another performance in then, like you did today, you won't go far wrong.
Yeah, and just looking at that game against Blythe here on Tuesday night, in terms of your selection, you've already sort of alluded to a few players now going to be missing, but a few more coming back as well. So I'm sure you can look at that second half performance, and that's probably the intensity you want again on Tuesday night.
Definitely, it's something to build on, I think as we've gone through pre-season, that intensity is sort of it's coming in fits and starts a little bit. So I'm aiming for a full performance on Tuesday and Saturday away to Stockton, which will be more of a like of our league, obviously, where we can really drive that intensity, really drive what we want out of our game, into the lads, and hopefully get somewhere near 90 minutes, with that intensity in mind.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Thank you.